the other day.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday afternoon, there was a fire.
Losses and losses and losses.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you what happened, what caused the fire, and so much more. And then, of course, also coming up in the news, there's someone who has killed his ex-girlfriend's child in revenge. Over what?
If someone has chucked you, you decide to take your anger on the kids.
And kill the child.
Hey.
Just...
Coming to you live from Plot 249, Gaba Road. Hot on the heels. Fast, reliable, and informative. Agagwira wo, gasokira wano, gatabanagafuna. Agagwira wo, 100.2 Galaxy FM.
A lot is happening in the country right now, but you can be the first to know on our website, www.galaxyfm.co.ug. And of course, I'm joined by Pamela Isamata Chom. Let's start with the fire that gutted the National Theatre yesterday.
Yeah,
about
12:30 now. Police has already one person in custody because he is the welder who apparently was doing his activity when they saw sparks, and then after sparks went off, shortly after that, he ran past people with a bleeding hand, and then we saw fire. People started seeing fire.
Probably the mistake came from him.
Yes.
Something around him.
According to Luke Wesigire, they're going to charge him with neglect and rush. That is the charge they're going to place upon him.
And rush?
Yes. He rushed and neglect. That is according to police.
Rushing is an offense as well.
Yeah.
Neglect is understandable. Neglect and rush.
Yeah, neglect and rush. Eyewitnesses say they tried to tell this guy when they saw the sparks, but he didn't listen. But now people are crying. They do not know where they're going to get money to replace their things.
Fire almost got out of control, but probably after 30 minutes or so, fire brigade, the first fire truck came. They started trying to put it out, and then at the end, after about within an hour, 1.5 hours, 4 fire trucks were here. So they managed to stop the fire from spreading, because if it had gone further, it would have affected Crafts Village, which has got a lot of highly flammable stuff. Thank God it was contained, but there's a lot of damage.
Definitely. I saw the video. It's disturbing. People lost money.
People have lost money.
Money.
Yeah, they are. And you know, if it is a welder, how are you going to ask him to compensate you? Because that's a lot of money. The guy can't manage. The only thing he can do is stay in jail.
Are they also supposed to have like licenses and all those things or permits that permit you to be a welder? You see, our driver, you know, we don't have a permit. Because
then on our business, have a permit to operate. Of course,
you
must
must
have a license.
Yes,
you must have a license because you're paying tax.
But there's no permit for welding.
Wapi? There is no permit at all. So you can get someone from the village and who has
no
some
experience.
So we have very many experienced people, by the way, who are working in those small businesses.
Very many inexperienced.
Yes. Yeah, there are many who are even unqualified, but then they are working and they are doing their jobs well. But I think the fact that he was adamant, he was refusing to listen. People told him, maybe guy has always seen sparks while he's doing his work, his welding work. So maybe when people told him we are seeing sparks, he was like, it's the usual.
That's what's happening. Let's cross over to Eyaso mwana wa ex we.
That is in Busoga no.
Bamuchaye nagenda nakwata omwana wa ex we
nanyiga namukwata namuta. But he did only, by the way, a 13-year-old kid. He slashed a 13-year. He's a 50-year-old man. He has been dating this woman for quite a long time. His name is Yusuf Mukisa. The
but
woman
they've not
is
been
Elizabeth
married.
Mbwari. They've been dating. Woman has her own kids. So in the process of when they broke up, the woman broke up with him because he was violent in the relationship. And
that is the picture of what I'm seeing, Mbwari.
She decided to date somebody 50. Else. People voted.
That man cannot be 50.
So the woman decided to date another man and move on. So this man never got over it. He kept threatening her, saying, you left me, but I am going to react. So at night he comes while the woman is not around, while he's not around, attacks the children in their house with a machete. He butchers one of the kids, injures 2 others, and then that's how the kids sounded an alarm. Neighbors came.
mental illness.
Abantu bano betusenza baba n'emize mingi era nenda okubiriza abakazi abenda okusenza bano abasaadde be batayidi omuzogo bagulekere yatemya abaana basatu omwana omulenzi oyo amutemyeku enkoto yagikutula yamuyitirawo bano ababiri yabasala bubiino bwe bategeire bajja kumuliraana ofuna obuyambi
Chibino.
But police is saying that actually the man has been arrested. But according to police, they are going to subject him to mental health checkup.
Definitely, he has to,
because they think he might. According to Busoga North spokesperson Michael Kasada, he says he's at Kamuli Central Police Station, but they have to first subject him to mental health checkup. If he's fine, then they'll proceed. But still, but chawa bulijo. I mean, like we chuck and they are the chuckers, but it doesn't mean
you have been the chucked and the chucky.
Yeah, but I mean, you break up with someone and cry, do whatever you have to do. People
handle extreme emotions differently, and the way you also chuck someone is very important.
Maybe they're moving on. Like I chuck you and I show you I have someone else already. I think that's what's
I was talking to someone the other day who was chucked and they couldn't sleep. Like they would be in their bed and
I wonder.
And they couldn't eat, they wouldn't associate, they would just be there.
This person? Like that person
Emotions.
is actually more important.
Look, listen,
the
other day we were telling you about how, you know, the rates of mental illness in Uganda are
14
increasing.
million people are mentally.
So sang abantu batano. It's very possible that two of them are mentally ill. And I want to think it's the world over, because if I see what's happening in Nigeria, if I see what happened in the US at the Buffalo supermarket, we are crazy.
I think the desperacy is what is driving people to mental illness. Like when you're desperate, I think it's highly poverty. And poverty.
But now in the US,
also
was that
love.
poverty?
Anyway, love as well.
And people just being extremists. Anyway, away from that, thousands of allied health workers in the country today to start a strike.
60,000. These are 60,000 health workers. They gave government an ultimatum 21 days ago to increase their salaries. They say that collectively with other health workers, they also fronted a need for salary increment. These are laboratory technicians, dentists, pharmacists, clinical officers, radiographers. Those are the people we are talking about, leave alone the medical workers medical practitioners who the government has decided to increase their salaries. These ones say, for us, we are at the primary level, but they are not looking at us.
Oh, God.
So today, they have decided to strike.
We are more so in the primary health. From primary, people have been hearing prevention is better than cure. However, it has been turned the other way around with our government, that they prioritize curative medicine than the preventive medicine.
And we are not joking about this. In this case, we would actually now say all our allied health professionals, stay home. Don't turn up for work on Monday until we are called upon.
You go to the same market with the ministers, with the MPs, with the doctors and everybody. But at the end of the day, you are sleeping hungry. Your children are home. You are renting out of the little money that the government gives you. Nobody considers you for housing allowance. We are not here to make noise because we need money, but the cost of living is very high.
Is there anything that's going to be done?
So far, yesterday we saw the Ministry of Health spokesperson Emmanuel Ainebiona. For him, he said, we have not received a formal complaint from these people, like they are alleging that they gave us 21 days. So we don't know where their strike is coming from. But according to Ainebiona, he says we have not received an official communication about these people laying down their tools if they have not been increased their salaries. So anyway, strikes, Ziringa strike. The teachers are still on strike. Now we are having the medical workers threatening, but these allied workers, the primary ones, are also now on strike. I don't know which group is going to come up next to also say Nafi to agara salary increment. The standards of living are high.
Like the drivers who drive, government officials.
They should also strike.
The Drivers Association of the government. We are tired. We take our bosses to separate places.
My God.
We keep waiting in the car and then
Your bosses should give you some chidogo.
Anyhow, away from that, let's go to Somalia. The new president was elected by only 327 people. How many people are in this country?
Somali's former lead, the current leader, is now Muhammad Abdali Farmajo. The elections went through. They went through Parliament. About 328 MPs due to security or concerns in the country.
So it's only Parliament, okay?
Yes, Parliament. Remember the proposal that is here in Uganda about
for the Parliament to only be the one to elect the president.
Now that's exactly what is happening in Somalia.
Meanwhile, we're talking about a country that has about 15.9 million people.
Yes.
In total.
It has many people, very many people, but it's only 300.
They don't have a say.
Because it's having security issues. Insecurity, there's a lot of it still in Somalia. The rebels, Al-Shabaab, are still there. So they could not have a democratic vote. Okay, it's still democratic in Parliament, but it doesn't represent the 15 million people.
Definitely, it doesn't.
So the president was voted by only those people.
327 people. Do you think that can happen here? Ever?
We have seen those proposals. You never know.
Tuleke muziri 15 zivudeko kusawatana. I have to let Pamela go. But look, listen, in the next hour, we're going to be discussing about being scammed online. Have you dated someone online?
No. I haven't dated someone online. I really don't trust online things.
Like you constantly talk to someone online. They even send you
dating.
They even send you some money.
That's
like
dating.
No, online dating.
That is like
no, online dating. I'm talking about online dating.
Online dating, like now you tell someone nineka boyfriend kang nineka
simulabanga ko we have never met.
Nah, that's not a dating.
Nogeno musinkananga mulema obanga mubbi.
Hello.
I was talking to someone the other day who was talking to a fellow man. Oh my God. But all along, I
don't think I could ever trust online dating. Like,
if you have been scammed online before, if you've dated somebody online and you've been scammed,
and you take it serious,
share your experience with me on my Twitter handle, Mr. Henry_Galaxy FM UG. That's what we're talking about in the next hour. But in this one, we're going to Squeezy. Do let me know. He's Dyer and the Chain Smokers. Don't let me down.